Hello, my fellow hooligans. Welcome to episode number 8 of the Heavyweight Havoc. I'm Kale. This is Yoshi. Yoshi, how we doing today?
I'm doing good, my guy. Another day in paradise.
That's right. That's your go-to saying. You ever notice that?
Well, I'm the same for work, but at least at work, it's always another day, another dollar. But dollar amount ain't worth shit no more.
Yeah, at this point, yeah. My go-to saying sometimes is, it's living the dream, one nightmare at a time. So, what we got going on today? How was your week and everything, too?
Oh, not too bad. Had a little mishap at work on Thursday, and then
Yesterday.
yesterday the town I work in as a utility lineman,
Where I live,
where he lives too, was out of power, and it was something I could do about it. It was transmission. It was something bigger than what my town I deal with is. So we just kind of had to sit around and wait for about 4 or 5 hours to hear back and wait for the lights to come back on, make sure our stuff was all good.
I had fun waiting in the dark for 4 hours.
Yeah, at least you had me to talk to for a little bit. And I
wasn't
busy.
I guess. I was really enjoying it.
I'm sure the whole town was too.
Oh man, I feel like a lot of people are probably getting a little irritated.
I think I had about 20 some voicemails complaining about there being no power.
Oh, I didn't know you get voicemails.
Oh, that's how our on-call system works. We don't get it as a direct call from the customer. We get it as a voicemail from the customer.
I can only imagine some of the voicemails you hear. It's like, hey, my power's out. It's been out for like 3 hours. What's the update?
It's always like, because I think they always give the name, they gave their address, and they gave the time they've been out of power. It's usually what it is.
See, when the power went out, I texted you. I was like, you know what? I'm going to text him. I'm not going to call him. But I was like, you know what? He's probably on his way already, so I'm just going to text him.
Oh, yeah. Well, my phone started blowing up. I hit the road.
You know, I was playing War Thunder, and I only got one fucking game in. And I'm like, all right, we're going to play the second game, get ready, bought some new planes, and all of a sudden, I'm like, I literally thought my PC took a shit. I'm like, man, it ain't October yet where you can I have to upgrade to Windows 11. It ain't October yet. I'm like, damn, this is kind of really kicking the dick here. But no, we got a lot of talk about wrestling. Getting a lot closer, pretty much close to the month away from WrestleMania 41.
It's 40 nights. If you consider last Monday, it was 40 nights until WrestleMania.
Yeah. So SmackDown and Raw was pretty good. Yoshi still probably hasn't watched any NXT, so we can't talk about NXT.
I should have, because I heard this last Tuesday was pretty good.
Probably should start kind of paying attention to TNA a little bit too, because I didn't know Cora Jade, who's also eventually going to get called up in the NXT from NXT. She won the TNA Knockouts Women's Championship.
Yeah.
So that
and there was we got a double champler now too for NXT, the women's division.
Mm-hmm. So things are about to get interesting. And the Last Legend, and I can't remember her name, something Jackson, the Metaphor, are going to compete against former WWE superstar Dana Brooke and her partner Heather, and that's going to be a good little matchup. But now we're going to jump right into
Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw from the March 10th. They had a pretty good match card. They had, Seth Rollins and CM Punk had a fucking
steel cage match.
Yep. Well, I was going to say a shock at the end. And then you had a tornado tag team with Ray and Dragon Lee versus the New Day. Still going on with that. And then Jay versus Grayson. And then AJ Styles calling out Logan Paul. But no, we'll go ahead and jump right into it. The first match was Jey Uso versus Grayson Waller with, what's his face?
A-Town Down Under.
A-Town Down Under. I wish they kind of, Austin Theory was a Vince guy. He was pushed by Vince, but Vince is gone, obviously, for reasons. But, I wish they kind of would have pushed that tag team a little bit more. I think they're pretty funny, to be honest.
Yeah, I see. I had the opportunity to see A Town Down Under with my wife at an event in Omaha.
Hmm.
They were, I mean, they're a good heel tag team. Like they're goofy. Uh, they're goofy. It's hard to say mean, but like they're good heels. I feel like, and I feel like they don't get a whole lot of recognition. But I know there's a lot of moving around from like Raw to SmackDown with them too,
Yep.
or SmackDown to Raw. But
Um. Anyway, go ahead. I didn't mean to
I was
cut
gonna
you off.
say the match wasn't too bad. Um, you know, Jay kind of took over for a bit. Austin Theory tried to interfere too in the match, try to help out Grayson. Uh, Jey Uso ended up winning, but once again, Gunther decides that he's gonna come out and put Jay to sleep. We've seen a lot more of Gunther just interfering with Jay, which you look at it this way: is Gunther scared, or is he trying to scare Jay? And in my mind, I keep thinking that Gunther is more intimidated by Jay.
Um.
And we see it more later on too in the week on Friday Night SmackDown that it kind of maybe a little bit unfolds too with Gunther.
There's. I'm gonna kind of wait till we get to SmackDown. I'll talk more about Gunther because he had a match on last SmackDown. But
Yep.
Gunther, I mean, you and I both know they're probably dropping the title at WrestleMania.
Yep.
I wish they would have replicate this title just like how he had his Intercontinental run more.
Mm-hmm.
With the length of it, I think he's doing a great job at it. Um, I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it. I mean, Gunther is just being a
The
beast.
Ring General.
He's being a dog out there.
He is. And like I said too, I think last week I said too, you can tell that Gunther's been putting in the effort because he has been slimming down some.
Mm-hmm.
And I know when he was in an NXT, he was a pretty big boy. And even from there, he's definitely slimmed down a lot more. But look at it now, Gunther looks good. He looks healthy. He looks fit. And like you said too, he's doing a great job at this whole run going into WrestleMania. So I'm not a huge fan of Gunther, but I like what he's doing. And I'm excited to see how it unfolds with these 40 more nights to WrestleMania unfold.
Yep. So anyway, we'll talk more about this match here now. So Uso pretty much weathered a post-match attack against A Town Under after, but then he also fell to the sleeper hold from Gunther, who stood tall at the end. Um, it was a good, hot, and energetic way to open the show.
Yeah, I agree.
Even if there was a little chance of while they're winning, he still showed out. I mean,
Mm-hmm. I would give it a B minus. I think this match
I give it a B.
a B. I'll give it a B minus.
They say if a superstar can get over in New York, then they can get over anywhere.
Not wrong.
So there's that. Oh, gotta move my camera here. There we go.
Because this event, not SmackDown, Raw was held at Madison Square Garden.
Yep.
So pretty big event for anybody, really, just being able to go and wrestle at that event.
Yeah, MSG is pretty well known for wrestling, so.
Mm-hmm. We had next on we had a special guest, Andrew Schultz, a comedian. You guys probably seen him on social media or TikTok. Pretty funny guy.
I was sitting there wondering, I was like, where the fuck did I see this guy from?
I'm like, comedian. He's good shit. He's been on the Joe Rogan podcast. He's done stuff with Shane Gillis.
A lot of people didn't like him on there.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. He's a celebrity. He's a funny guy. But the whole thing started with Andrew was Logan Paul had come out and he was trying to interact with the crowd, and he had seen Andrew and was kind of yelling like, "Oh no, give him a mic, let's let him talk." And he just mocked the living hell out of Logan Paul like everybody else does in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
and ended up dragging him out of the stands, well, front row, I should say. Dragged him out of the front row, threw him in the ring, and was going to put the beat down on him. And here comes AJ Styles to the rescue. And, we've seen a little bit of AJ with his guys' match with Dom.
Are we going to talk about how he ripped that dude's shirt off?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Or are we also going to talk about how he called out the final boss that he's whenever he
would sell his soul.
To
be in Cody's shoes.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I don't think. Why would The Rock want to? Why would The Rock want to be with somebody like Logan Paul?
I mean, he can somehow create a faction, but I wish he would have did more with the bloodline kind of side of things. But I like what he's kind of doing, John.
Yeah, I like the bloodline out of fucking the final boss is shit.
I don't know. I think he's laying, potential groundwork for a story in the near future.
With Logan or The Rock?
The Logan.
Yeah, I still don't like him. No one else likes him.
I know. Every time I had $1, every time you hate Logan Paul or whatever wrestler it is, I would be a rich man.
I feel like if I was that guy and I had the I hate Logan Paul shirt or New York hates Logan Paul shirt on, whatever it was, I would kick Logan Paul's ass.
I would have laughed my ass off. They would have just had the guy still standing there with no shirt on.
Yeah,
the whole entire show. I'm like, yeah, this is storytelling right here.
I'm pretty sure they would. I'm pretty sure money or WWE probably wouldn't allow that.
I mean, it's on Netflix. Netflix, they got full control on Netflix. They announced that. Someone said that the other day. They got full control. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
So like in the Seth and CM Punk match when they flipped each other off, that was on them. Netflix said they didn't care. They, did the
but yet they still black it out every once in a while.
Yeah, but they still say fuck.
They still fucking bleep it out.
Well, not when they did with Cody and The Rock. He said, "Rock, go fuck yourself," straight up.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure that was just the one fuck that they were gonna allow Cody to do.
Anyway, I give that whole segment about a B.
Yeah. It was funny. I liked AJ on the mic. I like Andrew on the mic. AJ let Andrew fucking get his recognition from the crowds.
Yep. And then we move on to the Tornado Tag Team match with Dragon Lee and Mysterio versus New Day, Pooh Day, whatever you want to call them.
New Day sucks.
And New Day picked up the W on this one. It was an alright match.
Yeah.
It started slow. And
yeah, one, too, it's Rey Mysterio is, we said it before, his age is showing.
I can see him retiring after WrestleMania.
Maybe.
He'd be a good coach, to be honest.
Well, and he's been doing that too with Dragon Lee.
But I'm saying NXT,
being his mentor.
They're bringing these luchadors, right? These luchadors.
Or an LFG.
Yeah.
I'm really so fucking mad. I can't. I want to watch LFG, but I don't want to pay for A&E.
I can watch it whenever I want. You know why?
Yeah, well, not this guy.
Womp womp.
I'm so tempted just to get the free pass or whatever just to watch LFG, but not worth it.
Hey, I can just.
Anywho,
I know a guy that sells them. I can buy one for you.
Right, maybe. But crazy thing that happened. We had a mask. What do you want to call it? A masked luchador, just a masked man, come out during the match and put the beat down on Dragon and Lee. A lot of people are saying that the masked man or masked luchador was Chad Gable. Me personally, I kind of thought the same thing too at first until I saw the guy.
I think it's Rey Fenix.
And that's
hell, I'm surprised you know who Rey. I'm surprised you know who Rey Fenix is.
Well, you kind of told me a little about Rey Fenix though when we were talking about that.
So
we were texting a little bit on Monday night.
Yeah. Because it was kind of ironic, skip ahead to SmackDown. They show a guy in turnbuckles, right? That looked like fucking Rey Fenix.
I don't know, man. 1, 2, the Masked Man, he wasn't as built as Chad Gable is. Because Chad Gable, he's a pretty built guy.
Yeah.
And the guy that came out looked a little bit too small to be Chad.
Yep. And then anyway, back to the match. Like I said, New Day beat LWO, and then they were like, "Oh, why did you have to do that in front of Kevin McAllister?" Blah blah blah. And you know what? Colgan was there too at ringside, Home Alone guy.
Yep.
Macaulay
Culkin.
I love how he's into wrestling. I love it.
Oh, he's been wrestling since he was a little kid.
I always forget he's married to Brenda Song from Sweet Life and Zack and Cody, and it's just like, how the hell did these two mix up? Like, the hell?
They're a cute couple. I like them.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny though too because New Day, Macaulay Culkin, and New Day were kind of going back and forth a little bit because he was kind of sitting behind the announcer table, and Kofi Kingston slapped a little teaser here, slapped Pat McAfee's coffee out of his hand and spilt it.
All right. So anyway, they had a little bit of a cut scene with the Judgment Day. Finn was getting an apology from Dom. Dom apologized, but did you notice one little detail?
Top left corner.
Top left corner. Well, not only that, did you see Dom's eye? When he hugged him, he had his eye open.
Yeah, I kind of saw a side a little bit. I guess I didn't look too in depth about that.
Now hear me out. Hear me out. Okay. What if Dom splits off from Judgment Day and went on his own? Or they remove Finn and then Demon comes back.
Or the new members Demon and then Finn and Demon kind of go back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Never thought of that.
I just kind of popped in my head. But the whole interaction kind of dealt with, Finn's kind of been down. Carlito gave a little something about if Raquel's been talking about him. It's a little love triangle maybe there going on. But
I love when
that's what Carlito said. Has Raquel been talking about me?
And then anyway,
it was how it ended was with Dom got Finn a match with Braun Breaker.
Yep.
A title match for the Intercontinental Championship. So I don't know. Breaker, I don't want to see him lose his title. I love Breaker. Great guy, fast, agile, strong as hell. I want to see him keep it, but maybe this will be the turning point for Finn to go into Demon Finn. Who knows?
I think Dom kind of deserves a chance at that title too. I think Dom, I mean, from when he started though, I mean, he's been so good.
Oh, so good. So good.
Anyway, we go into Cody Rhodes. He had a promo before, talking about his eye. He talking about Travis Scott, John Cena. I give this a solid A. Yep. He revealed that Cena will be in the same building for the first time, which is tomorrow in Brussels, Germany, when Raw goes international. At the end, I'm going to say something about international crowd too. Cody made a good point. 17 doesn't happen, and he will defeat his hero at WrestleMania, and Cena will find out that he is the captain now.
Yep.
But you know what? I also feel like, to be honest, I could see Cena winning because he's actually advertised after WrestleMania at Backlash, because they announced Backlash is the first pay-per-view after WrestleMania. So things could be. So here's the thing. I noticed this yesterday on a post at WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes will basically beat John Cena's record as a champion at his age or whatever, or days held or something. I don't know, but so then maybe John Cena wins and he gets 17. So it can go either way.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
I would like to see Cody hold on to the title. I'd like to see Cody Rhodes, whatever it may be, for days titles held over John Cena. I've already said my piece about John Cena. I don't like him being heel. I think it's a bad look for him. I know people are excited for it, but a lot of people are against it. Take it as you will. It's good for promotion for Monday night. It's good promotion for John Cena, and it's good promotion for WrestleMania. So take it how you like it. Everyone has their own opinions. I'm strongly against John Cena as heel. I know you're not. So we'll just see how things unfold when it gets closer.
Grade?
I'll give it an A. When Cody Rhodes gets really emotional about like after like a big beating, Cody Rhodes gets really emotional and he starts yelling. You see all the he yells and he talks so fluently about his anger and what's happening to him. I love that side of him. I don't want to see him turn heel, but I love this more aggressive side of his title run.
All your heroes turn into villains. That's like I say.
Well, yeah.
All right. Next match.
Raquel.
Yep.
And Cringe Bailey.
I love how you're saying that now. I love it.
I'd tell the wife too. I'm not a fan of Bailey. I enjoyed this match. I feel like Raquel did a very good job, and she showed a lot of enthusiasm and athleticism in this match. I feel like she did great. She threw around Bailey. She put the beat down on Bailey. I feel like this match portrayed Raquel very well. I know you said that you've been looking for more of a push for Raquel, that she needs to try to do a little bit more because she really doesn't.
Yeah, she needs to get a little bit better at some things.
And I feel like this was a good match for her. I feel like she did a lot and she showed people that she is worth being in this industry.
You know, I wouldn't be against her getting the title from Valkyria.
I wouldn't either.
I'll be for it. I hate to say that. Some people are like, "Oh, you're just stupid. You don't know wrestling." Fuck. My show. I say what I want, in my opinion. Okay.
Damn right.
Anyway, but I mean, I am open to criticism. I love it. It opens the brain.
Yep.
Anyway, I will say this about Bailey. She is one of the workhorses in the WWE over last year.
Yeah.
And I think I like how she's giving other women chances because the women divisions in both Raw and SmackDown NXT are so stacked. And you got people, coming up, people getting released and shit like that. And, Bailey's there. She might be cringy with her storylines right now, but hey, she's a great workhorse.
Yeah. This match too, I didn't mention it before, but it was for the number one contender for the Intercontinental.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would like to see Raquel take it. I think it'd be good for her. Like you said too, Bailey is a fucking workhorse. She does a lot outside of wrestling too, as in the women's division with like the All-Star basketball game she was part of a couple weeks ago.
Yep. I give that about a C.
Yeah. I'll give it a B. I'll give it a B minus. I enjoyed the match.
So anyway, this is where things kind of get a little interesting.
Crazy.
Michael Cole interviewed Io Sky. Io Sky was talking about, how much he appreciate the fans and everything and yada, yada, yada. And then Rhea comes out and then Belair comes out. And then, oh my God, I messaged you so quick. I said, what do I say about men, but now women? Big, meaty women. I was like going insane in the voice message. I was like, big, meaty women, big, meaty women. When I
don't know if you can consider that a good thing to say about the women's division.
No, I know, but like I'm saying, like this how strong they're showing and everything. Like,
oh yeah,
the shoves. I was like, oh.
Well, the shoves and the slaps and Io going off the rails because she's being ignored.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a triple threat.
Oh, it has to be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what they're leading on to, a triple threat.
See, now last week how I talked about the Belair thing, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, it could lead into things. Rhea can finally get the win over Io. Io can get put over as a champion on that. Jade can, I don't know, something have to involve Naomi and Jade and something. Because you're going to know Naomi and Jade are going to have a match.
Yep.
And if they don't, then they're going to see something here. But nah, that slap to Rhea, holy shit. And then the push. Oh, oh
I mean, I know Io is she's little, but you can't ignore the women's world champion like that.
yeah. But you know what? Here's the thing, though. Ripley is very suspicious. And all right, well, I don't want to say that. Rhea's suspicions, suggest she may be the woman to expose whatever skeletons are in Bianca's closet.
If there are any.
That's what I'm saying about Jade and Naomi.
But we already know there's skeletons there though.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I said, I still think because it would just make sense with with you know uh Montez Ford, who is her husband, is now a heel, and then now she turns a heel. Oh baby. Then we tell you about the fucking potential storylines there. Not with them, but Bianca. She showed herself as a heel in NXT, and oh my gosh, she brought the heat. All right, the heat. That's a capital HEAT. Heat.
Well, like I said before, that I feel like there's a lot of yeah, she brought the heat as a heel, but she's also been really good too with being babyface like she is now.
Yep.
With her high energy, her big smile, her dancing. I mean, the little girls love her, the teens love her, grown women love her. I feel like I don't want to see that go away.
Well, I will say this though. When Io won last week, when she looked at Io, she had that evil look in her. Like
Honestly,
she had that face where it went like to shock, like you know.
yeah, I don't know.
Um, I give that a fucking A plus plus plus.
I'll give it an A minus.
It was a very strong segment. Um, it just things are gonna play out the way they do it when it comes closer to WrestleMania and at WrestleMania that night itself.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we lead into the main event. Steel cage match: CM Punk versus Seth Rollins.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Did you know
The
they removed the freaking on the website?
They removed it, but everyone's still gonna say it.
It
Still
should
gonna be
be.
Dirty Dom.
It should
Still
be.
gonna be Seth freaking Rollins.
It should say Seth fucking Rollins.
Yeah, Seth
But
freaking Rollins sounds better though.
this was a pretty good match. Some shockers. I think these two beat the living shit out of each other. Can we just give a little props to CM Punk with how old he is and how he's still taking these bumps?
Mm-hmm.
Um. Anyway,
This wasn't a match in a sense to be won by pinfall or escape. This was a match to see who can do the most damage and come out on top.
well,
Because they both of them had plenty of opportunity to get out of the cage. Plenty of it.
here's my thing. They could make this match a main event match at WrestleMania if they really wanted to. I mean,
Yeah, but there's more leading on though on Friday Night SmackDown though too.
yes, there is. But if you think about it, CM Punk's trying to find a way to get the main event at WrestleMania because he's never done it, which is crazy.
And
I thought he did.
we're still waiting. We're still waiting to see. Well, I guess I shouldn't talk about that just yet. But the match, I don't want to be barbaric, but you had CM Punk's match with Drew McIntyre. It was bloody, it was brutal, it was awesome. This match was the same thing, but just no blood. And I get it, like we don't need to be barbaric, but I feel like the blood does kind of give a little bit of more of an intense matchup.
I love blood.
I don't know.
Um,
I like it. I like just like doesn't even be like barbaric, like John Cena freaking just blood red in the
Gush.
face, all like it was back in the day. But seeing like, blood from the nose, blood from the lip, a cut on the forehead, something as simple as that, where you get a little bit more of the feel of barbaric in the match.
well, I do like I'll be honest, the show ending made a great
Oh,
cliffhanger for
I
tomorrow.
was so happy.
It made a good cliffhanger for tomorrow. Oh, tonight,
So
whatever.
happy.
But you know what I'll say though, the crowd was like 70-30 in favor of Punk early, but you know things got closer with the dueling chants for each man. And what's crazy work is during Seth Rollins' episode, or entrance, you could hear them chanting CM Punk. That's crazy work.
Yeah.
Uh, what was I gonna say? Oh, can we just? No, I'm gonna wait till I get a little closer to it when we get to the man coming out. Um, Seth Rollins delivered a fucking superplex from the top of the cage. Uh,
Yes.
that where Hulk Hogan and Boss Man would be so proud of. You know. Um. Anyway, so Rollins had a chance. You know, he had an option to walk out the cage door, to which the Visionary responded with a flipping him of the bird, which they blacked out, like we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
It was a nice callback for earlier in the match when Rollins offered his opponent the same. Um. So, uh, let's talk about what happened. The
Well,
OTC. Well, Paul
yeah.
came out. Paul came out.
Well, technically Roman came out first.
Oh, yeah. He was behind him. Yep.
Roman came running out from the crowd, jumping the barrier as the cage door is open, and Seth Rollins is leaning against the tight ropes by the cage door. CM Punk. Roman Reigns comes, grabs Seth Rollins, pulls him out, makes Seth Rollins the winner, and then puts the absolute beat down on Seth Rollins for revenge for his beat down at Royal Rumble.
Yep. And then
And
can we talk about the curb stomp that Roman did?
two of them, wasn't it?
I fucking was so. You can call me weird for saying this, but bro, I was so wet when I saw that fucking curb stomp.
Oh,
It
dude.
was so beautiful. It was
Because it was two of them. Because we had one
cinema.
outside. We had one outside on the outside the ring, and then we had one on the steel cage or the steel steps.
Yeah.
And
I just like how he executed the one on Seth so perfect. He did so much
mm-hmm.
better than Seth himself. And what's crazy? Okay, so they had AEW going on this past week with it. They had CM Punk. No, CM Punk didn't. No, Seth did it, and Roman did it. All three Shield members did it this week.
I can say anything about that.
Yeah, all three Shield members did it. So yeah, that's kind of a nice little homage there. I mean, I'm sure they maybe planned it or maybe not. I mean, probably did.
Mm-hmm.
But that match was the A+.
A+. Oh, hands down.
Overall grade though, I give it an A+ of Raw this week. The road to WrestleMania is always different. It's always difficult, but now we're starting to see a greater sense of creativity at this time of year. There was no different. This was no different with feuds further than the bigger picture, clearer, and then what had been previously. Punk and Rollins, they seem destined to really dance in the grand stage, and but as so does Sky and Ripley and Belair. Rhodes, he's set for a monumental night tomorrow in Belgium. The return of John Cena, which I just forgot to point out earlier. I'm kind of curious. Are we gonna see a different gimmick for John? Like, are we gonna see like not really gimmick, but maybe. Are we gonna see a different appearance? Are we gonna hear a different song? Like, you know what I mean? Like what they do with heels, they always change their stuff.
Yep.
To make them. That's probably one of my favorite things about wrestling. The person changes, the theme changes.
Well, yeah, because you can't really You can't really promote hustle, loyal, respect after what he did to John Cena and siding with The Rock.
It should be hustle, loyalty, disrespect.
Yeah.
Or fuck them kids.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, they actually did trademark Break a Wish.
Break a Wish?
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Now you see why I said fuck them kids. I was referencing memes.
Yeah. I do want to say though that once Roman was done with Seth, He did see CM Punk and Paul Heyman getting kind of friendly, and that's when he decided to interfere in that little, little reunion session. And I believe he speared CM Punk.
Yes.
And Paul Heyman went to the corner and gave praise to his OTC.
Because he originally was talking to Seth, and you know what? I'm gonna forget storytelling, the favor.
Yep, that's what I wanted to wait for too. Are we gonna finally see, with 40 more nights, are we finally gonna see this favor come to light?
Yep. All right. What would you give Raw?
B plus.
I give it an A.
B plus.
All right, moving on. We are now on Smackdown, which was Friday, March 14th, live in Barcelona,
Spain.
Okay, so here we are. We are in another international crowd. I'm gonna be honest. I think international crowds are so much better than
I was hands fucking down.
America needs it. You need to step up. You need to step up.
They're just so much more involved with the matches, it seems like.
Hell, I mean, it was a good match card, brother. I mean,
dude, I loved Friday Night SmackDown. I thought it was fucking great.
We saw Charlotte, we saw Randy Orton, we saw Carmelo Hayes, we saw Cody. We've seen all sorts of shit this Friday.
Crazy.
So we're gonna go dive right into it. We have Solo, Fatu, Tama Tonga versus LA Knight, Braun Strowman, and Jimmy Uso. So anyway, LA Knight kicked off the show, which he does great. Which, however, I hope in the near future they really push Knight to the moon because he is so has the crowd behind him so much.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy Uso. So anyway, he comes out talking, all this stuff. And then he's like looking down and he said, "Hey, I want to challenge you for your United States tag title." He botched it, but hey, I watched before this, I actually did check out the video and they did cut out the tag title part in the video. You know what? Hey, wouldn't that be something? Jimmy winning the United States at WrestleMania and Jay winning the World Heavyweight. If that doesn't tell you who deserves those titles, is those two guys.
But I feel like you can't have both of the brothers holding a title.
Well, maybe.
At least not right now. I feel like let Jay possibly get his, and then let Jimmy get his.
Jimmy, though, he's a mid-carder right now.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
Jimmy still has some work, I feel like.
Anyway, so when they're talking about Solo and they come out, whatever. After a little
we thought that Solo was going to be the one that was going to say that he won a shot at it.
Yep.
But he turned the tables, didn't he?
Yeah.
Said that Jacob Fatu wants a shot or should deserve a shot at it.
Yeah. So that right there is storytelling too. Think about it. Like we said last week, they're planting the seeds. They're getting ready to farm. They're not harvesting yet, but they're getting ready to farm.
No, it's not the season yet.
No.
We're not harvesting.
No.
We're tilling the ground up. We're laying the seeds. We're going to do a little bit of irrigating, and we're going to see what this sprouts out to be.
Farmer Triple H is...
Farmer Triple H.
Oh, man, Mark, if you ever listen to this, you would just love it. You would love how we used our farmhand, terms.
You got to farm, you got to make the product, and you got to start cooking.
You got to pick it up to put it down, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, dog.
Yeah, that's right, brother.
I keep saying this though, but god damn it, dude, I love what Jacob Fatu is doing right now.
Yeah.
Dude, in his shirt, his new shirt, no brakes, all gas.
Oh,
or
man.
All gas, no brakes shirt, dude. And I seen that shirt. I mentioned to the wife. I was like, I want one.
Yo, Braun, it's all gas, no brakes, homeboy.
We going coast to coast. We going pole to pole.
Oh, I love
I'm
it.
coming for you ass.
Man, we just sounded so fucking white.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Anyway, so after a lot of trash talking, they attack Knight and Jimmy, but Braun Strowman showed up even odds, and then Nick Aldis came out, pulling a tendon player, and booking a 6-man tag match that took place immediately after.
Yeah.
Anyway, we return for break. We see the match taking place. Jamie was tagged in, face off his younger brother, and took a beating from until Fat 2 got tagged in. Monster Mudmen got the win for the team by pinning Tonga with the running power slam, and immediately was hit with a Samoan spike. The fight ended with Fat 2 putting Braun over through the barricade. This was a great way to open the show. The crowd was hot, and a couple of different storylines were addressed, but the match itself felt a bit flat in the middle. But however, I'll give this match a B. I think it was a great match. Next match, I'm gonna be honest, it was okay.
I feel like the match itself, I didn't like it. We're talking about B-Fab and Charlotte.
I'm gonna be honest, B-Fab has really improved. She's on that level with who's Maxine Dupree. Barely any wrestling in skill in their career, but they're learning.
Yep.
I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna give this about a C+. It was a simple squash match.
I'll give it a C+, but I feel like I'll give it a C+. The match wasn't that great. I feel like Charlotte wasn't doing that great. Yes, B-Fab is improving. She doesn't have a lot of experience yet. She's getting it. Charlotte wasn't doing all that great, but I feel like the whole aftermath of Charlotte winning over B-Fab was the Tiffany coming out, because Charlotte was not letting up on her leg submission hold on B-Fab. Tiffany came out running, and I feel like this debacle with Charlotte and Tiffany at the end of the match was the best highlight of that match itself.
Hell, fucking, did you see when she jumped off the top rope, and she hit all the security guards and not even Charlotte? I felt like that was a bad spot.
Two swantons, one off the top ropes and one off the entrance.
Yep. So anyway, what I want to say though is we also gotta remember too, they had a little bit of a Jade Cargill. She was talking to Kathy Kelly in a pre-recorded in the arena before fans arrive, and then here comes Liv Morgan and Raquel talking shit to each other, walked away from the interview, blah blah blah, but that was good. I do like B-Fab. I think she's again improving. But she was, however, called up way too soon, and clearly still needs work in the ring. But she has a lot of charisma and is working hard to improve it. She's been training with Natalie, so one of the best in the business for that. But you know what? I think with her and Charlotte, I think it was a pretty good match. Even though it was a squash match, it's all right. But the only thing I did not like Charlotte doing was stealing Stephanie. I don't know how to say her name, but she's now the NXT Women's Champion, Stephanie Vasquez. I don't know if you've seen her very much.
Yeah. Yep,
stealing her move, turning around, and then bopping their head. It just doesn't seem right. And then she turned her head, and she's like, Anyway, what remember that picture I sent you last night or yesterday? The screenshot what Tiffany said on Twitter or reply to her. Oh, because Charlotte said.
Oh yeah.
So Charlotte said, somebody ordered the Charlotte off Temu or something, and then holy shit, did Tiffany clock back? She said, "You want to talk about looks or something?" Again, like last week, what we talked about, some people just don't care what they say.
Charlotte said, "Looks like the new queen came from Temu," and Tiffany replied, "Oh, Charlotte, you really want to talk about looks?" Oh man.
Anyway, C+. Moving on. We have Cody Rhodes and Miz TV. Miz having a little bitch fit. Boom, gets punched, and you know what? There was a couple spots in the show itself from other matches that I noticed they were using different cameras in the SmackDown to where you see where like certain punches they made it look fake. And again, we all know wrestling's fake. So to a certain extent, right? Mm-hmm. So say like when Cody did the kick run off the rope, lays down, uppercut. He hit him like right here, not
Mm-hmm.
here. And that could have been just a bad, again, bad spot, but still looked pretty good. Still, crowd was loving it. Cody Rhodes gets up, cuts a promo. He said, I want to see John Cena. And he kind of mocked John Cena. I remember. Or he said, John Cena. Like, he kind of mocked it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I like this. I like how Cody's taking this, and he's grabbing it by the balls right now and doing it pretty well since he's not there.
Yep.
Um,
I do want to say though too that we did have more interaction with Tiffany and Charlotte too before this Miz TV started.
Yep.
Even though it didn't really amount to anything. But well, anything with the Miz, I should say. But yeah, Cody did the punch, did the crossroads, did his little mockery towards John Cena and waiting to hear from him and see him. It was good. I think it was kind of funny. I know the Miz the crowd was really into Cody's song. Everyone was just blaring it, screaming it. Miz cut him off, told him, hey, cut the music. I didn't come here for a sing along. And that's what set up the whole night for Cody Rhodes. So I really liked it. I'm gonna give that a B+. I thought that was really good.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Now we're on to the next thing. We have Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't know if you've been seeing it, but Shinsuke's contract's coming up to an end soon, and they're not going to renew it, or he doesn't want to resign, which is okay. I mean, he's kind of old, He's been around the block a lot. He's been to New Japan a lot. That's where he got, him started. He's a pretty good legend over there. Anyway, moving on. Damian Priest and Nakamura do have a little bit of history when he was a part, Damian was a part in Judgment Day. So, unfortunately, Priest won by disqualification because of Drew McIntyre. McIntyre attacked him, started a brawl. Nakamura hit him with the, I don't know how to say that, Kinshaw, and then the Scottish psychopath had the advantage. Priest finished off with the stomp to the head after hitting a Claymore. This match was fine, just like B-Fab and Charlotte. The post-match beatdown with the third party was better.
Yeah. I do want to say too that I feel like Damian Priest, his move from Raw to SmackDown has been really good for him because I feel like he's been really flourishing in SmackDown. He's been doing great. A lot of backstory. We have the beef with Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. I feel like he's been doing really good here. I'm here for it. I love it. I think he's doing great. And I'm excited to see more of it.
Anyway, next match. We got Orton versus Carmelo Hayes.
This was nice. I'm fine. I'm just happy someone puts a beat down on fucking Carmelo.
I like both superstars. But when you saw him coming out from the entrance and the crowd singing the song, but did you notice how he pointed to his head like...
Got voices in my head.
Voices.
They're talking to me again. They're telling me I need to kick Kevin Owens' ass.
So Orton fired off with the uppercut and started taking his young opponent to school. Then we, go to commercial. We see Hayes in the driver's seat. The High Flyer took a different approach and grounded the Legend Killer with the sleeper for a little while, but Orton fought his way out, and then started to build momentum and, agility from Hayes, and the Orton's power led to some fun moments. They put a very entertaining competitive match. I think it was good. Randy was working with him. I think it was a good match. Give it a B+.
Yep.
The springboard DDT that Hayes used, it looked great.
Oh, it looked hella good.
And Orton was doing some pretty good selling for Hayes in the match.
Oh yeah, I mean Orton's a seasoned veteran. Like he knows how to make himself look good, but also try to make the person he's going against look good.
Yep. Anyway, moving on, we have Gunther versus NXT Tag Champion Axiom, who is from Barcelona or Spain itself. this was a great match. This was a good
Yes.
showing for Axiom.
Oh fuck yeah.
It was a good speed match. You know, it was great. Oh my gosh. You know, this is kind of where it's going to lead into, you know, I don't know how to explain it. Like it, I don't know. He Axiom made the crowd just shocked
Yeah.
to see that, and it's just everyone's been nonstop talking about online about what he has done.
hmm
Um, it was just a fast paced match.
It was a fast paced and a good match. Like a lot went on with Axiom, and I can see in the near future him getting signed up.
Yeah, him and his partner. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
Nathan Frazier.
I mean, the tag team division of SmackDown has been fantastic for the men's.
And what's crazy is Gunther. You know, he got hit by Axiom's finisher and still fucking kicked out,
Mm-hmm.
and then destroyed him with chops and then powerbomb.
In a sense, you can say though too that that's the difference between NXT and SmackDown. That
Yeah.
everyone SmackDown is a little more tougher than people at NXT.
Yep. Um, you know, Axiom trying to chop Gunther was like watching a kitten try to slap a fucking Saint Bernard.
It
with
was
his
still
paw.
good though, because Gunther was even shocked too by the chop.
Yep. Well, even that Axiom hitting that missile drop kick looked so fucking great because he propelled himself further.
Oh hell yeah!
And Gunther sold it perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
I give that a, you know, honestly, I give that an A.
Yep. I'll give it an A myself.
I believe this is the main event: DIY versus Street Profits for the tag team championships. Kind of a shocker of a change, but Street Profits won. I'm kind of surprised that they did it this close to WrestleMania, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but a lot's been leading up to this. There's been a lot of promos, a lot of talking, and like I said, the men's division of SmackDown, it's been fantastic. There's so much rivalry going on, with DIY, Street Profit, Pretty Deadly. I mean Motor City Machine Gun. Like it's all great. It's all awesome. There's so much rivalry and bickery.
I feel like right now the tag team division in SmackDown is making the tag team division in Raw not look soft.
No,
You don't think so?
no, I think Friday night is making Raw look soft.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm trying to agree with you on.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say no.
Oh, but that promo I sent you from what Montez Ford put on his Instagram.
I love that.
Oh,
it's so good,
God.
Man. I love watching it.
He would be so great as a single star. And bro, Angel Dawkins doing that kick and the turnbuckle shit. Holy shit,
Yep.
He is approved for a big boy.
Oh.
Holy fuck.
They weren't just being slouching around. They were working on themselves when they've been gone.
Yep. So anyway, Montez Ford and Dawkins finally, had a chance to get back on top this week when they challenged Gargano and Ciampa for the tag titles in the main event. Ford and Dawkins, they really used their side to advantage and some double team tactics, take control early. It took DIY until the commercial break to get some breathing room. The Profits seemed like they had, seemed to have the match in hand before DIY proved to be resilient. After several close calls, Ford pinned Gargano to win the tag titles in a fast-paced match, and the crowd is on its feet. Ford and Dawkins, they've been here before, so it feels like the start of something different. The tag titles probably have changed times several times in recent months, so hopefully the Street Profits have a long, fruitful reign.
Yes. Agreed.
And then we also had the Profits at a backstage confrontation with Del Fantasma, but it's kind of hard to tell that the Profits are looking to, be full heels or they're just trying to be more intense baby faces, which I agree. I mean,
I kind of feel bad too because I didn't mention Los Garza too in the lineup for tag teams for SmackDown.
They're getting there.
They're getting there.
The way Dawkins propelled Ciampa into Ford's arms was just for a suplex was just incredible. Now we're going to talk about the final word here about SmackDown. I forgot to talk about this and after the Gunther match. Gunther, actually, first of all, Gunther did come up to talk to Jimmy.
Yep.
Sat there,
This
talked to him.
This is why leading on to about if Gunther's intimidated or trying to scare Jay.
Yes. So there's that, and then he also said some, I guess, maybe disrespectful stuff to the crowd. I don't remember what he said, but
I couldn't tell you.
I couldn't remember, but I think I don't know, pretty ballsy. Anyway, I mean, it was a good SmackDown. Think it had some high and lows. It felt like it was more focused on, you know, there was more focus than we have seen in the last few weeks.
One, two. We've been saying though too that Friday night has been a lot more entertaining than Monday night has been.
Yes, but
and I feel like it's still continuing on. I feel like Friday night took the cake on this week. I know NXT was really good, but I can't talk about it much because I didn't watch it. But between the two of these events, I feel like SmackDown was still the better one to watch.
Yep. I give it a B plus. I think Raw took the cake this week.
And see, I'm gonna give it a A plus because I feel like I really enjoyed it. I do want to say we did miss a couple points. We did get a little bit of interaction with Chelsea Green and her little brigade of bodyguards,
mm-hmm.
and then LWO, the LWO girl.
Zelina.
Yeah, so thank you. That
You're welcome.
She's still wanting to make a run at Chelsea's title for Intercontinental.
But she has to verse Piper next week.
Exactly, Piper Nevins. And Piper Nevins, she's doing great too as her singles run, her tag team run.
We keep talking about that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing great. Excited to see that. I feel like it's going to be Piper Nevins, but I could be mistaken also. Because Selena Vasquez has been doing really good too.
I think Chelsea's really getting this president thing over.
It's hard saying.
Who would have thought?
Mm-hmm. I know I did mention too, we had there's been beef with Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. We did get a promo from Drew McIntyre about all of the ways that Damian has screwed over Drew.
Oh, so he was being Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, he was being Drew McIntyre, blaming it all on Damian Priest, which take it as you will. I still think out of the two, Damian Priest is the better one.
Yeah.
And then we had it's always anytime this person gets on the mic, it's captivating. Paul motherfucking Heyman. He gave a speech, a talk about the new 2K25 game, how it is officially Roman Reigns Day, how Roman Reigns will be present at next week's I don't know if it's Monday or Friday. He'll be present.
And oh shit.
I just feel like every time Paul Heyman gets on the mic, just the way he talks, the way he sounds, it's awesome. It's so captivating when he talks. And I know I said that about Seth Rollins too. Seth does a great job too on the mic, but I feel like just Paul Heyman being the iconic person he is, does such a great job on the mic and promoting the OTC, promoting himself, promoting the company, and even the new game that came out that Friday.
Yeah.
Love to see Paul Heyman. I'm a Paul Heyman guy. I love it. I'm an OTC guy. He's my number one. Everything that involves Heyman and Roman and anything to do with those guys, I love all the interactions, the rivalry, the bickering, the brutality. Love it all.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So yeah, I give this Friday night's event an A plus. I give Monday nights a B plus. This week altogether, I'm going to give an average of a B minus.
I'm going to give an entire week a B plus.
I'll give it all an A minus. A minus for everything.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, Mr. Yoshi?
I think that's about it. I don't really have any behind the scoops things really. It's kind of quiet on social media really with any Twitter feeds or special things on Facebook. So
yeah, I know. I don't know about you, but I've been on Twitter quite a bit. I kind of just been here and there. Just keep my eye out. I don't really try to look at dirt sheets all the time because I mean, I don't like ruining it.
Don't want to spoil it. Yeah.
But like I said last week, I mean, you're starting to see where they're not really spoiling it as much anymore, and that kind of says something, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. They're trying to keep it all on the down low.
Which Triple H has done pretty good about that.
Oh yeah.
Trying to think what else. I got nothing.
I got nothing.
All right, that'll do it. You guys have a good day.
Deuces.